For decades, we've been fed a corrupt food pyramid that has had a myopic focus on demonizing natural, healthy, saturated fats, telling you not to eat eggs and steak, and ignoring a giant blind spot: refined carbohydrates, added sugars, ultra-processed food.
There's a lot of good things in this announcement, especially when talking about things like prioritizing protein, leaning into vegetables and fruits, making sure that we're incorporating healthy fats like olives, nuts, seeds, and focusing on whole grains and fiber-rich foods. But unfortunately, it doesn't erase the reality that millions of Americans face, which is the lack of ability to afford these high-quality, nutritious options. There is a space for all fats in our diet, but we have to acknowledge that there is enough evidence and enough data to understand that an increase in consumption of saturated fats, beef tallow, full fat butter, is associated to an increased risk of cardiovascular disease. And Diane, that's not something that's just from a textbook, and that's not something that's just on a page. We know it in reality. Patients who have a higher consumption of fatty foods and saturated fat have an increased risk of heart attacks and strokes, as opposed to unsaturated fats that come from things like olive oil and seed oils, which we know when we're comparing them in studies, if you have more unsaturated fat in your diet and a lower amount of saturated fat, that creates the benefit and better outcomes in terms of heart disease and strokes.